welcome back. It's been a while, hasn't it? I really am very awkward right now. I'm feeling very uncomfortable because I haven't filmed in so long, and I absolutely despise filming if anyone is listening to me. So yeah, I am going to do my 2020 favourites today and show you guys some of my favourite products from 2020. And yeah, my camera looks really wonky, so I'm really sorry. Always come with a little issue of something, you know, but we're gonna get into it. I really apologise if I seem really shy or awkward in this video. I obviously haven't filmed in 8 months and I'm just feeling a little bit uncomfortable, and yeah, I'll get more comfortable hopefully as time goes on. I'm going to show you my favourite products of 2020, kind of all beauty all beauty products ranging from hair care, tan care, skincare and makeup. So I'm going to start with skincare because obviously your skin, yeah, you do it first. The only thing I will say is my cleansers and stuff are all in the bathroom, and my little brother is in the bathroom right now, so can't talk you through cleansers. But my favourite cleanser is currently at the minute the CeraVe, just the normal to oily skin one. I've been really enjoying that and I've used that pretty much most of the year, so yeah, it's pretty fab. And then for serums, I have been using the hyaluronic acid by the Inkey List. Absolutely love this. It's the only thing I don't like about it is the packaging. I'm really not a fan of the packaging, but it is a lovely serum and a lovely hyaluronic acid serum, so yeah. And then another one I've been loving is the Ordinary serum. So this is the niacinamide, I hope I'm saying that correctly, and zinc serum. So this is really good if you've got oily skin. It helps to kind of control like excess oils and stuff like that there, so it is a really lovely serum. And I've been using those pretty much the whole year. For a good part of the year I was using the Ordinary one of this instead of this one, but I actually prefer this one. The Ordinary one kind of goes a bit weird around the bottle and it kind of grosses me out, but yeah. And then my moisturiser is pretty much my always favourite moisturiser, which is the Clinique Moisture Surge, and yeah, I just swear by this and I have done for years, and if I go away from it I always end up coming back to it, so it's just an absolute favourite. In terms of makeup products, I'm going to kind of talk through from like primer, foundation, powders and stuff like that there. So the first product that I actually only tried this year and I absolutely love it, so it's the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and it's in the shade 5. It's amazing. I actually really over the summer loved wearing this as a foundation. It literally comes like that, but I don't know about you guys, but I don't really like a lot of heavy stuff on my skin, especially not in the summer when my skin's good because of like tan and stuff like that there. So this was like a go-to, and I literally like left the skin really glowy and it lasted all day and it was just fab, absolutely fab. And then in terms of foundations, so I've got 2 here. I, for a good part of the year, didn't really wear foundation unless I was doing like an Instagram look, and if that was the case it was usually the Illamasqua Skin Base, which I actually had a job to do with Look Fantastic like earlier on in the year, and I had to obviously use all products that were sold on Look Fantastic, and I always have this foundation in my kit, but I hadn't had it, I hadn't used it on myself in ages, and I used it for that job and I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot how much I love this. It's so good. So yes, really lovely foundation. I'm really oily, so I don't really like it to wear like out with masks and stuff at the minute, just because I feel like you need something that is a wee bit more foolproof at the minute with the current situation. So for that I've been using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Now obviously I've kind of went, oh yeah, like in the summer I was wearing this, but like if I'm going to work all day and I'm going to be wearing a mask all day, I'll wear the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and the shade that I use is the shade Cashew. I use 12 in Illamasqua, but I use the Cashew in the Double Wear, and I really like this because it actually stays on all day throughout your mask, which is fab, absolutely fabulous. So yeah, It's a really good one too. I used to work for Estee Lauder, so I used to use this years ago obviously for work, and then left and just didn't touch it for so long after, and yeah, now I'm back on it purely because it lasts all day underneath the mask. Then concealer, one that I have been absolutely loving, so much so that I have 3, is the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. So the shades that I have is Vanilla, Ginger and Hazelnut. I could probably do with like custard, but I don't have custard, so I just mix between ginger and vanilla, and if I'm a wee bit paler I'll just use vanilla, or if I'm really tan I'll just use ginger. I actually love ginger as an eye base as well because it means that like underneath your brow isn't too white. So yeah, they're lovely. They're really full coverage. I use the shade Hazelnut to contour. The only thing I will say is it's a little bit dark. So there is another shade that is a wee bit lighter that would probably be a lot better for me, but I will get that when I run low on this one because I don't want to waste products. And I didn't really have a loose powder that I was specifically loving in 2020. I was just kind of using my Anastasia one, which I like it, it's okay, but it's not my favourite. So for powder, like I was using my Anastasia one every day, but then I was using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powders over the top, so I would kind of use these like to brighten up and kind of like sharpen underneath my contour and stuff like that there, and they're really fab for that. They're lovely to set all over as well. Another thing I like them for is if I am out all day and I want to like kind of powder my skin and add a wee bit more coverage, really good for that. Then bronzer. Okay, so I have 2 that I was really loving. So I've got the Be Bold one, which is massive. Like I've used this so much and I haven't even hit pan on it yet, and I've already got a backup one as well for whenever I run done on this, so I'm like, yes, happy days. This is gorgeous. It's not too dark as well, so it's really lovely just kind of as your first bronzer, and then you can add a darker bronzer. And I always find this stops like any patching because you've got like that nice like lighter bronzer underneath. And then my other favourite bronzer was Fenty Beauty. I only like tried Fenty Beauty products this year, and I haven't even tried that many. But this bronzer is fab, so that is it there. And I use the shade Island Ting. So there obviously is a very big difference in colour, but I would go in with the Be Bold one first and then warm it up with the Island Ting one. And I would use that like really to strengthen my cheeks, you know. Then for blusher, I have loved the NARS Orgasm. The only thing is I will say is I feel like you need a cream blusher underneath this for it to actually do its job. I think it's quite sheer if you don't have something underneath it, so I like a cream blush underneath it, and the cream blush that I've been using all year has been the Colourpop Stick Blush, and it's in the shade Under Pressure. So it's gorgeous. It's like a nice corally beautiful colour. So I pop that on my foundation, like on my when my foundation's wet, powder, and then pop this over the top, and it's really lovely. It also has a bit of sheen to it, which is nice because I've kind of like stopped highlighting this year. I do highlight for Instagram looks. I did not for a while, and then I was like, no, I need a highlighter. So just for Instagram looks, I think it's very like aesthetically pleasing, but for like day to day, yeah, I've not been using highlighter, and I think that actually helps your makeup last underneath the masks as well, which is a massive bonus. Then another product I went back to this year, so I used this for years before, and I always used it on clients, but I kind of stopped using it on myself, and I was just kind of using like brow pencils and like a brow pomade or a brow powder, like really changing up all the time with my brows. But I recently went back to the Thunder Brow Cake by Illamasqua. So it comes like this with literally like a little powder, and you just spray like a little bit of water, a little bit of setting spray in it. I wouldn't use the setting spray that has a bit of stick to it because it actually leaves like a film over the top of it. So just like a watery setting spray, like, or a hydrating setting spray is really good, and then just do little hair strokes throughout your brows. I have loved this, and it's like, I really do think it's the best thing ever for actually getting hair strokes. Like, do you know there's so many products that are like, yeah, it gives you hair stroke brows, but it doesn't. Like, this is so easy to use. As long as you don't put too much water, it is fabulous. And then I've also been loving, like, it's no lie, obviously I love a brow soap, and I've been using like brow soaps for like the longest time. The whole time I've been in YouTube I've always used brow soaps, and then obviously it's became like a really massive trend this year, so loads of people have kind of got behind it. So Be Perfect actually launched a brow soap that is waterproof. Does it have a smell? No, I don't think so. And it is fab. It's really, really good, and I find this sticks my brows down really, really fast as well. I've kind of been going between this and just my Pears original soap, so it just kind of depends what I'm in the mood for that day. Today I've got my Pears one on, but I will generally change it up on whatever I'm feeling. Another product I have been loving, and I've kind of loved this consistently from 2019 to 2020, and I know I'll love it the whole way through. This is my second one because I just use it so much, but it's the P. Louise Blank Canvas. So this is really good for cutting your crease. It's actually lovely for carving out under your brows as well, or else if you want like a little bright pop in the waterline, really good for that. It's basically like a cream thick paint consistency, and it dries matte as well, so it's really good if you're doing a cut crease and you just want to leave it blank. Personally, I don't think it dries completely matte with no crease in, so I do kind of always set over it with something, but it is amazing. And then in terms of palettes, okay, so I actually have a few, just because I couldn't decide. I have a neutral one, and it is the Beauty Bay Fairy Matte palette. So I haven't actually been using all the shades in this. I've kind of been using like the top three and then the dark brown. So I love the top three for like kind of your base colour and like a wee bronze through the crease, and then I love the dark brown for like a winged shadow. So it's really fab. And then I have two coloured palettes. So we've got the Me, Myself and Mitchell palette. So I love this for doing looks. I only actually got this in 2020. So this is it here. The only thing is it's really messy, and ooh, I feel like you just can't keep it clean. Like I've just held that up to show you, and it's, my hands are stinking, absolutely stinking. So that's nice. Yeah, I only got that last year, and it's really, really good. It's such a good like go-to colour palette. The only thing I will say is I don't actually like the neutrals in it. The neutrals in it are just dirty and muddy, but I really love the colours in it, and you can't get this anymore, but it is fab. So sorry. But another palette that's really similar is the Stacey Marie Carnival XL. It's a lovely palette too. I think it was in my favourites for 2019, so yeah. And then another palette is the Beth Painter, the Painter's palette. So oh, this is just beautiful. And these eyeshadows blend like a dream. I've never come across blue eyeshadows that blend so well. So that's it there. So it's really beautiful. I feel like if I was going to make a palette, it would be really similar to this. There's a few things that if I was making my own palette, I wouldn't have and I would change, but it's just stunning. The colours in it are gorgeous, and it has a lot of deeper colours for deepening and stuff like that there, which I really like. I feel like a lot of people bring out a colour palette and they only have like two dark shades. See, to be fair, these are quite similar. So because you can't get this, you can totally get this, and it's so lovely. It's a really, really beautiful palette. And then I also popped in my favourites, a pair of lashes that I have been loving. Now these are actually only lashes that I've been loving for like Instagram looks. I don't actually wear these out because they're really, really dramatic, but it's the Taddy Lash TL2. They're really nice. They go like thinner in the inner corner and then thicker in the outer corner. I haven't really been wearing lashes throughout the year, just day to day, obviously, because I haven't really been going anywhere. But if I was going to work or something, I'd maybe just pop on like a half lash or like an Ardell Demi Wispy and pop it in the outer corners. But yeah, I'm like, I just can't be bothered with lashes unless I really have to. And I think they drag my eyes down. I think that's why I like a half lash, because all lashes tend to like just make me look sad and droopy. But I love these for a look, and I just kind of push the outer corners up really intensely. So I'm going to go into lip products now. I've really been loving glosses this year, but I'm going to talk through two favourite lip liners that I actually really need to restock. So my two favourite lip liners is Bite Me and Sweet Tea by Morphe. As you can tell, I've thoroughly enjoyed these. I really need to get more, so I need to do a little order with Morphe and get a top up on these. I have Sweet Tea on today. So they are gorgeous, really lovely tones, just the perfect tone of a lip liner ever. So good. And then I've lip glosses that I've been loving. So I tried the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb this year, so late to the hype, but I used the shade Fenty Glow. Do you know, I didn't know this was called Fenty Glow, and I've been telling everyone it's the universal one. So I use the shade Fenty Glow. There we go. But I absolutely love this. This makes you look like you've had lip filler. Like, you just look like you've had lip filler, and your lips always look good when you're wearing it, whereas some other glosses kind of like melt and it's messy, but this is just so fab. And then another product I've been loving is the Colourpop Luxe lip oils. So these are really hydrating, really good as well, and the way they wear off is just beautiful. Like, they just kind of melt into your own lips and keep them really hydrated. I kind of use between all the colours, but probably the one that I've used the most is Skinny Dip. So that's it there. I don't really like it for a look as such, but if I'm going out during the day or anything like that there, or I'm going to be eating, if I know I'm going to be eating, I put this on because I know the wear off is beautiful. So yeah. Then I'm going to go into hair care. So I got this in, I think, when did I get this? I think I got this over the summer. So it's the Redken 25 Benefits One United Hair Multi-Benefit Spray. See, to be honest, I don't bloody know what it does. I know it does loads, but I'm not exactly sure. I think it like heat protects your hair and stuff like that there. But I just love it. I cannot like wash and dry my hair without putting this on now, and my hair is one of those types of hairs. It gets so knotty and like just tangly so easily, and this is so fab for like brushing it and not getting tangles and everything. So I literally just put that in whenever I wash my hair and then brush it through and then dry my hair, and it's so good. And then another thing that I've been loving, this was a lock. Ooh, I just hit myself in the face. This was a lockdown treat for me. So I wanted this for so long. I don't really use the curling side of it anymore because this is like a multi, so it's the Mark Hill like multi-barrel, so you can literally change this, pop it off and choose your heads. But I've been loving the Mermaid waver, as you probably would have seen in my older YouTube videos, that I always had mermaid waves, but I was actually having my hair wet, getting my wee sister to braid it, leaving it in for a day and then doing it that way. Whereas then I got this and I was like, oh my days, I can do it myself. This is great. So this was such a lifesaver, and I feel like everyone suits their hair like this. Like, it just looks, you just feel pretty when your hair's like it. So I love it personally, and it's kind of that hairstyle that I use more so spring to summer because I feel like it's such a beachy hairstyle. Don't really do it so much in the winter, but I did kind of go through a wee bit of a phase using it there. But honestly, it's such a fab product, and they're not even that expensive. Like, I think this, it's you usually getting 3 for 2 for Boots, so it is really good. I'll leave a link down below if I can find one for you to grab it. And then we're on to our last stuff. So last is tanning products. So I'm going to talk you through something that I literally use in between my tan all the time, and I have done from this year to kind of last year as well. So it's the Garnier Body Intense 7-Day Lotion. I swear this helps keep my tan on so much better. And see, if I don't have this on my skin gets so itchy, like, but you can get a nice big bottle and it lasts like about a month or two. It smells great. I actually think whenever I was looking, I tried to check with something that wasn't alcohol, but it actually does say there is alcohol in this. I think before I was using the one with no like scent, but honestly they all work pretty much the same. You want to kind of get something that isn't too alcohol based because that'll strip your tan rather than prolonging it. So love this. And then for fake tan, I have been loving the Be Bold Super Spritz. I just want to send a wee disclaimer, I am a Be Bold brand ambassador, so you can save money off Be Bold products with my code, which is HollyD20, so you can save 20% off. But I love this tan. See, to be honest, when I first tried this, like any of the girls that work with me will tell you, I didn't like it. So I was doing sunbeds over summer, and then whenever like I stopped kind of doing them for winter, I started using this and it wouldn't last. So it's a 1 week tan, so it's meant to last 7 days, but it was not even lasting on me a day. But I actually think that it was because I wasn't, like, my skin was shedding from the tan, so it wasn't like I wasn't going to be able to hold on to any tan, because I kind of stopped using it for a while. Started using other tans that maybe had like a wee bit more like long weariness to them, but they weren't hydrating, so they would have dried my skin out. Then I went back to using this, and oh, it's so good. It actually lasts the full 7 days up for me now. What I will say is make sure, like, whenever the first day that you apply it, I stay in pyjamas, so I always apply it on like a day off, whereas before I was applying it getting dressed and going to work, so like I was wearing tighter clothes and they were rubbing off me, so I think that's had like a bit of a reason to why it didn't last. But it is raspberry seed oil infused, so it smells flipping amazing, and the best thing about this is you put it on, you're ready to get dressed. Like, it dries so fast, so it's really good. It lasts the full 7 days, and whenever it comes to scrubbing it off, it blends off like butter. Like, just get a bath and you don't even need to really scrub, it just comes off so easily. Like, I'm wearing it now and my hands are a little bit pale because obviously it's kind of came off my hands, but like, you can see the fade off. Now that is tan spray, so, but you can see the fade is really nice. It doesn't fade off like tiger bread. I know loads of people say that about tan, but it usually does. This tan does not. It's flipping great. And yeah, when it comes to taking it off, it melts off really well. So highly recommend, if you're gonna buy anything, buy this. So it's so good. I think that's me pretty much done. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you actually want me to make a bit of a comeback and keep staying here. Probably doesn't help that I get so awkward talking, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any video suggestions that you want me to film, comment them down below, because I don't have a clue. I did ask on Instagram, so I'm going to go through some of them, but maybe stuff that doesn't make me feel so uncomfortable whenever I have to talk, because I'm like so nervous. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you're staying safe and taking care of yourselves. Bye!